Hoje vamos conhecer uma das 11 talukas de Goa, a taluka de Mormugao. É uma das mais pequeninas talukas e tem uma história que remonta não só à era dos portugueses, mas vai ainda mais longe, ao período megalítico.
Are you rating this cave, Prajal?
Megalithic. The only thing, no age of megalithic I want to See, we are in this cave, which is an underground cave. We are in Chikali. We are at a very ancient site. Okay, and this is in the Mormugao taluka. And now these are laterite stone chambers. Okay, probably dating to the megalithic age. There was one German lady, Gritli Mitterwallner. She had come here in 1964 and she had explored these caves. And the first Sarpanch of Chikali, I think his name is Philip, he had spoken about these caves to the Archaeological Survey of India that time. And after that, in many years, these caves were just lying in a neglected state.
We can make out from the laterite surface or wall surface that iron chisels were probably used, because prior to iron there was copper in use, and with the help of copper implement it is very difficult to excavate into such hard rock. Only after the advent of iron this could be possible, and that's why it can be corroborated with megalithic period in which iron was first time introduced. And in all these three rock cut chambers, this is very important because here we can see the front all section of this cave or the chamber, and from inside also we can see that the top portion was covered with laterite block, and it probably suggests that this was probably used for storage purpose or could be for burial, as can be seen in various other parts of India, where in megalithic times people used to bury their ancestors or dead into such rock cut chambers. And on top of this you can see the top portion was covered with shells, and in other parts of India, especially in Vidarbha region of central India, such burial monuments were covered with black cotton soil and small pebbles. And especially when we talk about this region, this top portion is covered with shells, which was easily available because the seashore is very near to this, and it suggests that human activity is involved here for making such chambers. And one more interesting thing about this is that because they are in cluster over here, it suggests a small settlement at this place in megalithic times. It would be probably around at least more than 1000 years old.
Quando chegamos ao pé das caves, encontramos um local cuja família vive à base da pesca.
आठ वर्सां आसतना पावलां भितर 8 वर्सां आसतना तेणें भितर देंवन मुगे फोटो बी काडलेलो भितर देंवन निसवण बी लायन तेणें मुगे फोटो बी काडला आनी हांव 20 वर्सां पासून जायन परतून येयलें तेन्ना पासून ते देर सोदताले ते मिशनरी घेवन देर सोदता ते आनी दुसरी वचपा देर आहा म्हणपा लागले ते मिशनरी गेले म्हणून मेळोना ताका दार आम तें म्हाका तें निवड करपा लायलें तेणी पयशे बी दिल्ले निवड करपा लायलें निवड बी केलें हांवें आनी निसवण लावपा पडलें न्ही थिंगा सकयल न्ही तें व्हडलें निसवण लावन मागीर निवड बी करून दवरलें.
The Portuguese never thought of building forts or building harbors or building anything. For them, the first concept was spread of Christianity. And as such, the first church was built in Old Goa, obviously. And then little by little, they went on, Jesuits went on extending to the areas of Salcete and Mormugao, of course, is under the patronage of Saint Andre. Here, it continues like that only. You can make out because of large setup of the walls and the concept of the 16th century.
Também essa igreja tem muita população. A população mais católica, quase 27 mil católicos, e também temos outros hindus, muçulmanos, e sendo a paróquia à beira do mar, temos um porto muito importante, porto internacional, bem como temos o aeroporto também internacional, e tanta gente, milhões, visitam esta paróquia, mesmo esta aldeia ou esta cidade, que é bem antiga. Também a igreja faz um grande serviço, não só pastoral, também educacional, em que a gente de toda espécie, quando eu digo de toda camada social, mais ou menos os pobres, que são educados na instrução que é dada por estas escolas. Nós temos aqui mais de 4.000 estudantes, 4,000 students, e de toda a religião, mesmo muçulmanos, hindus, cristãos, parsis, os sikhs, todos temos aqui. E temos o High Secondary, High School, ICSC, Primary e outros muitos estudantes que queriam passar, queriam ter um mau desenvolvimento, iam para a Bombay, para a instrução inglesa, bem como iam à América, para a África, para Portugal, e eles se mantinham o grande contato com a língua portuguesa, bem com a língua goesa, com cani, bem como o inglês.
Naquele tempo, a educação até SSC was here. E college was in India. So todos nós temos que ir fora de Goa para fazer o nosso estudo, completar o nosso estudo, graduation. So I went to Pune.
Durante o tempo dos portugueses, as escolas eram manejadas somente pela Igreja Católica. E nós ficamos tão alegres e satisfeitos porque a escola de Santo André era a primeira escola em Vasco. E por essa escola, milhares de pessoas tiveram a oportunidade do ensino, do estudo por essa escola.
The Portuguese really realized that fort was very good, and due to constant threats of Muslims and Marathas at the Old Goa, they thought of transferring the city there, in that area. And because it was the only place with great defensive system. By that time, the collapse of Old Goa took place by 1650s. and collapse by what way, by the way, first, constant epidemics of cholera, of yellow fever, of smallpox, and above all about malaria. And at that time, they didn't know the etiology of malaria. The fever used to come, and the patients would die after a few days.
The total population of the whole of Mormugao was around 5,000. And in 1898, plague came here. So during the plague, many people died. And then, after that, after the death of my grandfather, my two uncles and my father, they started working as commission clearing agent.
And since Mormugao, they had a nice place, well defended place, they almost started to construct a new city there. And they spent nearly 600,000 sheriffs at that time for putting a palace, a customs house, a treasury house, accommodation for officers and other things. But again, they saw their possibilities very, very limited, and they needed much more money, and they dropped the idea. What was the length of the fort of Vasco? Nearly 20 kilometers. Imagine 20 kilometers, a distance from here to almost Verdun.
This part, total part island, was actually an island. The sea was passing from this to that. Both these were linked. The Portuguese then closed that and made way for the railways and roads.
In fact, they did this. So this was giving complete, like an island, complete stability for the defense of the Mormugao at that time.
This is the chapel, and this cross has been just renovated maybe I think 2004, and before that also they say there was a small cross here. Now most of the forts they have a chapel inside, and this, as we know, this is Nossa Senhora de Piedade chapel, and we can see the statue of Mother Mary holding the dead body of Lord Jesus.
You can see another one, part of this fort only. So we go over there.
See, you can get the whole view from here. Sea view.
Why was this fort built over here? Is that to protect the harbour or for the defensive purpose?
Yeah, it is for both defensive purpose and as well as to protect the harbour. Defensive because this area was captured by Portuguese, and definitely they would want to protect what is natural. It looks like this is a place where they had the guards to protect the sea. They get a better view from here because this is the highest point of the fort, and you get a better view of whoever comes through sea route. So to protect the harbour, which is actually a natural harbour, one of the best in India, they wanted to protect this harbour, and for that reason they had guards all over, and this is one of the places where they had the guards. This is a tunnel. According to my knowledge, they used to get the ammunition through sea route and then take it through this tunnel, and then there's a well at the headquarters. They used to take it through this tunnel and take it out from the well, and then that is how they used to use it afterwards. And it is flown through here, and at present people from this locality come here to have bath. That is the only way this area is made use of.
Oh, nice.
Quando visitamos o Forte de Mormugao, encontramos 4 canhões que foram abandonados nas rochas junto ao mar. A taluka de Mormugao separou-se da taluka de Salcete em 1917 e foi então que a cidade de Vasco da Gama se desenvolveu. O planeamento da cidade foi feito por um arquiteto que veio de Portugal e hoje a cidade de Vasco é vista como uma das cidades mais bem planeadas de Goa. O nome, claro, vem do grande navegador português Vasco da Gama.
My forefathers are born in that, Vasco da Gama in Khairewada, you can say. When I was small, that time there was a lot huge open places like. And this Vasco city is it was a well-planned city. We could see the very less people in Vasco. In other areas there were a lot of huge open land. Now there is a lot of change in Vasco city or port town.
Os goeses nunca deixaram de lutar pelos seus direitos e das suas talukas. E o caso de Mormugao não é um caso diferente. Neste momento, o porto está a ser desenvolvido para trazer prosperidade a esta taluka, mas os pescadores não são da mesma opinião. E quem é que construiu esta casa?
Meu avô. Este.
O seu avô sempre viveu aqui em Vasco?
Sim, sim.
Sim?
Sim.
E onde é que ele trabalhava?
Ele primeiro trabalhou, quando veio da Port Ready, ele trouxe os seus amigos da mesma idade. E vendo este caminho de ferro estava sendo construída, e ele passou estes seus amigos ao caminho de ferro. Eles trabalharam lá, depois foram empregados permanentes. E este foi sem este trabalho. E quando o porto começou, e a alfândega começou, ele começou a trabalhar como agente transitário, Commission Clearing and Forwarding Agent. E esta profissão, há cerca de 3 gerações, continuaram. Até mim.
Ainda existe hoje?
Não. Eu trabalhei como agente transitário desde 1958 até libertação, de 1962. E depois nós não tivemos esta. Tem que... porque o imposto profissional era 800 rupias para cada licença. E nós temos um tio, meu pai e mim, 3 licenças. So 8 into 3, 2.400 tinha que pagar imposto profissional. In 1964, the proceeding started for enlargement of the port. I had joined the port that time only at the age of 36. So for that, global tenders were called.
That time there was a huge land, and the fishing activities was doing from that particular Khairewada. But now MPT, I think if I am not mistaken, in 1964 MPT exists in this Khairewada, this Mormugao port town. And from then, now the port is dominating.
They first asked one company, of London-based company, Rundle, Palmer and Triton. And their plan was submitted to India government. They didn't approve that. So they appointed another one from Canada, Hove India Private Limited, HIPL. Their plan was passed, and according to their plan, this extension project started.
Vasco is the most dangerous place because of harbor, because of airport, because of so many constraints. And now I understand that MPT is bent upon to take over the whole Vasco Peninsula for some development, I don't know, which is going to be very detrimental to Goa. And Goans won't be able to enter that zone even. Will be a protection zone for the harbor of Mormugao. Means ultimately the aim of government of India, I know very well. They want to take EE and this for the military purpose. And once it is done, this will be taboo for Goans to go there.
Wow, all the fishermen, they used to go with a boat, that canoes, with the other area. We could not go from the harbor side. Directly there was a big canal, big river. It was like, that harbor island, Mormugao, that it was like an island. And we could pass through the side in where the berth number 11 is there. From there we used to pass. We used to take a canoes, rampoons and all those sides. Now after MPT exists, everything was blocked.
MPT is acting as if they are the whole owners of all this land, which the municipality doesn't like. The municipality has protesters against them. They are going to file a suit even also. They think that during the railways, when the railway were managing, so much ground was not occupied by the railway. Railway had whatever near the railway line, some of the quarters to their staff. Downward there are some railway chowds. So now after the MPT came here and occupied, the whole of Plateau, Sada Plateau up to Bogda, they took into their this thing, and even Baina area, they built quarters, residential quarters, and they started acting as if this whole thing belongs to them. Even beyond this river, Zuari, they said that they have got their this thing, jurisdiction up to Terekor and the south side up to Kabudarama. So this municipality said no, we are not going to agree to that. They asked a committee to prepare a report. After the report is submitted, now they are going to fight them.
जेन्ना पयलीं त्या टायमार एकदम बरें आसलें आनी एक ल्हानसो आहलो पोर्ट आनी पोर्ट तेन्ना सगळो थोडेच मायन्स वयताले तितलो आमचे हे आमकां वास्को सिटीक हार्म जायनासलें आनी डट नासलें आनी आतां चोवपाक गेल्यार तेणी करून करून बद नंबर 12 लगून पावले ते आनी चड कौसो जावपाक लागलो आनी ह्या कौशान ही आमचे वास्को सिटी मातशी पेड्यार जाल्या.
And before that we were having pollution of this ore, manganese and iron ore. Lot of dust used to come, even now it comes. But when coal started, started coal in powder form. You can see from here only, 6 number berth. That pollution has increased so much, along with this mine and manganese ore, iron ore. Plus bauxite also is there. That ore also, that pollution also is there.
हिंगा पयलीं आमचे फिशरमॅन आसता हिंगा पयलीं सान फिशींग करताले हे जाव उडटाले रापूण दवरताले आनी तशें माग मारताले हे आयज तांकां फिशरमॅनाक लागून हे नुस्तें मेळपाक लागून खूब त्रास जाता. आतां हे फिशींग वयता पूण ताका एकदां मेवना कांय ना सगळें पोल्युशन जालें. इवन दोरयेक लागून ऑयल वयता की बोटीची बार्जीची सगळी आमकां हिंगा खूब म्हणल्यार नुस्तेकारांक त्रास जाता आनी तांकां नुस्तें बीन मेळपाक खूब त्रास. आनी आतां म्हणटा चेअरमॅन ऑफ मोर्मुगांव पोर्ट्रेस तो म्हणटा हें हिंगचें हाली कोराय जाल्यार हें हिंगचें हाली कोन्न हो आमचो पुर्तुगेज टायमार सावन हो लोक रावतालो हो लोक वयतलो खंय तो म्हणटा आपूण तांकां रिहॅबिलिट करता दुसरे कोण आपूण तांकां जागो दिता जाल्यार हो जाग्यार ही तेंची पोन्यो आसाय माग आसाय ते परत परत इतले लांब कशे वयतले.
ग्रँड पेरंट्स सुद्दां बिजनस करताले फिशींग बिजनस आनी एरिया ते सगळे लोक फिशरमॅन म्हणजे पेस्कादर हिंगा सगळे लोक जेन्ना MPT तर हिंग भितर सरली न्हू जाल्यार मागीर आमची इंडस्ट्री खंय वतली फिशींग इंडस्ट्री. आमी ल्हान पासून आसतना आमचे ग्रँड पेरंट्स आमचे पेरंट्स सगळे तीच इंडस्ट्रीचे हें जालें ब्रॉड म्हणजे व्हडलें जालें दोरी आसपा जावं न्हू थिंगाच आमचे बिजनस चलतले. आतां हांवें तर MPTक सांगलें MPTक हांव सांग चेअरमॅनाक MPTच्या तूं ही तुजी इंडस्ट्री घे आनी UPक वच म्हणून तो वयतलो UP इंडस्ट्री चलतली एमपीडीची चलपाक ना तेच भाशेन आमची फिशींग इंडस्ट्री पळय आहा ती उदका बगर आमची इंडस्ट्री चलपाना फिशींग आं जाल्यार तेंच्यान आमकां कशें सांगूं जाता तूं मोसाय बिल्डिंगाचेर खूंय धाडटलो तो आमकां आतां आमी पोने हय जावं हाय ती घेवन आमी दोंगराचेर फिशींग करतले आं जावपाना न्हू.
This trawler business started. They got a nice thing to build their houses. They built up. During that time, if the Portuguese, I mean MPT, had imposed any ban or built up barricades, it would have saved them all this trouble. But they didn't do it. That is the reason why they have built up their houses and other things there. So now they cannot do it, because where they will go now? Because their main business in this area only.
लास्ट टाइम तेजो प्रेस रिपोर्ट दिल्लो की आपूण एमपीटी सपोर्ट करना आमकां पब्लिकाक सपोर्ट करता म्हणून सो गव्हर्मेंट आमकां पब्लिकाक सपोर्ट करता.
No, definitely we are trying a lot to protect the fishermen. We have to protect them. We have written to the central government also, because we don't want to put all fishermen in that livelihood, whatever they are earning, that we cannot destroy them in this.
A cidade de Vasco também é conhecida como a cidade do negócio, pois é aqui que se encontra o aeroporto internacional, o porto, a estação dos caminhos de ferro, o armazenamento de petróleo, entre outros vários negócios. Se por um lado traz vantagens como emprego e capital para o Estado, por outro tem desvantagens como a poluição.
The location of both the airport and harbour is fantastic. It's ideal. I don't think any place in India has got such a setup, natural setup. And the Portuguese exactly built the airport. There has not been occurred any single accident of aviation.
Ex-Chief Minister of Goa, Mr. Manwar Parikar, he has done a good work. There were a lot of sex workers there in Baina area. He removed them when he was a Chief Minister. And now because of him, I could build that Ravindra Bhavan over there. Really, I'm grateful to him because he has taken initiative and he has removed all the sex workers. And it was a big problem for Vasco City. It is a really beautiful city. I cannot deny that everything in that city is available. There is a port enclosed. There is an airport also, there is a harbour, and the other industries. Everything we can get there. There are nice people are there in Vasco City. Loving people are there close by to you everywhere. Of course, I am proud of all that.
Espero que tenham gostado de conhecer a taluka de Mormugao desde o tempo megalítico até aos dias de hoje. No próximo episódio vamos conhecer a taluka de Perné. Portanto, marque já no seu calendário dia 6 de julho, ou seja, daqui a 15 dias, eu cá estarei consigo para mais um Contacto Goa.